What
Oh,
up?
my
What up?
bad.
What up?
What up? What up? What's good? What's good?
What's good, man? Everybody get they groove on. I see, man.
Yeah. You gotta do that.
Yeah, that intro is fire.
Okay. Well, we back. Another episode of the Man Underground podcast. Got a few things to talk about this week. That should be actually very enjoyable and informative at the same time. So,
Yes.
we talked about a lot of different things throughout the week, but Philly put us up on game that there are going to be some changes being made in a particular application that we all probably use. So, what is that change being made, Philly guy?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you asked. I haven't seen you guys in a couple weeks. You guys look very good. Happy belated Thanksgiving, mac and cheese day. But around that time, I found out that Disney Plus is they're gonna be raising their prices by like 30 bones. So apparently, it's gonna be going into effect. I think January the 1st. And so, whatever you have, you got Disney Plus right now. They're gonna call it Disney Premium. And it's gonna cost you like $30 more. So it's like 104, I think, for the year. But if you call right now, you know what I'm saying, you can get Disney, you get Disney Plus with the ads, and it'll still be the same price that it is right now. But you gotta do that before December 8th. So
okay, so what you're saying is if you get the year subscription before the 8th, you're okay. But if you're one of those guys that go month by month after the 8th, you're gonna be kind of like out of luck.
Well, not like the 8th is a cutoff. Like whatever you do, the 8th is a cutoff. So you just got to let them know, like, hey, this is what I want. Make sure I got this. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, they're gonna bump you up, and they're gonna hit you with the, they're gonna hit you with the most.
Okay.
I don't like that, man.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I don't like that.
Netflix boosting prices, Disney Plus boosting prices, Hulu boosting prices. Yeah. Everybody boosting prices right now. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah. I mean, look, you got to make up the money that you lost to the pandemic. We all know that.
Yeah, that's true. True indeed.
The time is now.
Definitely.
Stick with my HBO and call it a day, man.
Yeah. For those of you that still have cable, shout out to everybody that has real cable.
I don't know if there's a lot of people out there. How many people out there really got real cable?
Like real? I don't know. I don't think it's many left.
Boxes. Actual cable boxes. Like I don't even remember what a cable box looked like.
Yeah, I don't think it's many people left that have real cable, but the people that do have it, shout out to them. I'm
struggling.
I hope they're pleased with their service.
Struggling. I know you got it. Struggling.
Yeah, so I'm all right, but I want to go on in to talk about we had a Monday night game that was pretty much uneventful between the Colts and the Steelers.
Oh my gosh.
What's going on with these Monday night games and these Thursday night games? I think the Thursday night games have been absolutely terrible. There hasn't been one good Thursday night game yet.
Agreed.
So, did NFL get over on Amazon?
No.
Okay. What do you blame? What do you think is the blame for the games being so poor on the Thursday nights?
Well, I mean, the first thing is you got to lock that contract up, right?
Yeah.
Because you just don't know what the season is going to entail, and you want to have it and get ready. You know what I'm saying, for years to come. So that was a good move. Amazon did the right thing, but I think you need to have some people that sit down and look at some of the matchups and look at some of the biggest fan bases and say, you know what, we're gonna rock with these games. You know what I'm saying? Because in that way, you go get your viewership, whether the team is doing well or not. You know what I'm saying? And we all know what some of those big market teams look like. Dallas Cowboys is one. We know the New York Giants is one. You gotta lock in. You gotta lock into those markets, and that's my only recommendation for them is that they actually take a look at who's playing, and then look at the markets that are successful and have a lot of viewership, and just ride with that.
Okay.
Well, I think that with the Thursday night thing, or the Thursday night theme, because you should say is they gotta implement the whole flex schedule thing on Thursday nights. They don't have a flex thing, I think, for Thursday nights. They do for Sundays, for Sunday nights. but they don't have one for Monday and they don't have one for Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think if they started implementing those, then we will see some, some better. But it's a little bit difficult at the same time because you got to think about it. It's a Monday night. If you flex somebody, it really brings a organization, I guess you could say, from a coach's standpoint down because they're either gonna get an extra amount of rest or less rest. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like I don't know, it might be a lose-lose situation there. I don't know. But I mean, if you want to blame anybody, man, blame the teams. I mean, the teams are terrible. Some of these
Yeah.
teams are just bad. They just been playing bad. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just blame the teams in this situation. I think they've just been playing very bad. A lot of teams been playing very bad football. It's pretty simple.
Okay. I can agree with that.
Mhm.
Has there been a team that you wish you got to see? Like we didn't get to see the Buccaneers in the Thursday night game yet.
Mhm.
We haven't
What
gotten
you
to
think
see.
is coming?
Yeah, we haven't gotten to see the Bills. We haven't gotten to see a lot of the upper echelon teams in the Thursday night game yet.
No, the Bills played. They played against the
Bills,
Rams. The
Bills
opening
played the Rams on Thursday night, opening night.
opening night.
Oh, it was just a flood. They played. It was just
Yeah, that was a
it was
flood.
against. Yeah, that was a flood.
Yeah, they flooded them. Yeah, they
I
flooded
don't know,
them.
man. I think like I don't know why anybody thought the Rams were going to be good this year. I definitely didn't. I didn't think the Rams were going to be good. I didn't think that I didn't think the Cardinals were going to be good either. Just because of the simple fact that they lack a lot of defensive pieces. But everybody thought that division was going to be a great division, along with the AFC West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought the Russell Wilson going over to the Broncos was going to help out the Broncos in some kind of way, but he's only thrown 4 touchdowns this year, and that's terrible. That's terrible.
Bro, he's got the entire team right now. Not the entire team, but there's a lot of guys in that locker room, man, are not feeling him right now at all, man. I feel for the brother in a way, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm like 50-50 with it because obviously, hey, look, you're getting your bread. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You want it out, you know what I'm saying? But at the same token, you want it out of Seattle. You got out of Seattle.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And look what Seattle's doing now. They're still flourishing without you. What does that say about you in a sense? The year after you leave, remember, we used to talk about this with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Where, we would say, oh, shoot, it's all Bill because when soon as Tom left, he won a Super Bowl with the Bucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the, in this situation here, it kind of, situation's a little, tides have turned a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel bad for Russ. But you nailed the nail on the head when you talk about the AFC West.
Yeah,
that was a disappointment, man.
Big disappointment. You thinking about Khalil, the names that were being thrown around in that division: Devontae Adams, Khalil Mack, Russell Wilson. I was about to say Westbrook. Just a lot of different big names being thrown around. You had the Chiefs lose. Everybody thought the Chiefs were going to fall off because they lost Tyreek Hill, and I think they've actually become a more balanced team in that sense without him. I see the ball being spread around a lot more. I see that Kelsey has become the focal point of the offense, and just the cog that gets the offense going. I should say
they look better.
They look better without. I'm not, without them. They're utilizing multiple receivers now, opposed to just 2, Kelsey and Hill. So it's like it's you're able to see the full catalog that Mahomes has to offer when he's able to hit more targets. So
yeah,
I like it.
Well, but you bring up a point though, because you're talking about coaching.
Yeah,
you're talking about Andy Reid recognizing, you know what, we're gonna do like San Francisco. We're gonna feature the tight end. Everybody else is gonna eat. And those other 3 teams in that division, I mean, let's be real. We can talk about Russell Wilson all you want, but his coach got to take responsibility for that. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about the Chargers. Yeah. They got to take responsibility for that. We can talk about the Raiders. And their coaching staff got to take responsibility for that. So, credit goes to Andy Reid. He's always been a tremendous coach, but, that's what we're seeing. We saw it with your Giants. You know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. You obviously you saw with my Jets. I've been telling y'all for years that I never thought Zach Wilson was that dude, and I was telling you all the things that I was worried about and concerns. They slide Mike White in there. Mike White, he's making reads, making plays. He's running the offense, and they look good. So, got to put it on the coaching. Got to put it on the coaching.
Definitely. There's a lot of teams that we thought were just going to be amazing. Another team that we thought were going to be a vastly improved team. Well, maybe not many people, but we thought the Chargers were going to be able to do a lot more than what they're doing right now. And I'm not saying that they're out of the playoff hunt, but the expectation level was way higher. I think a lot of people thought they were going to be the favorites to win the division. Given that Tyreek Hill left the Chiefs and all the additions that they added to the team, but for some reason they're not that. What do you think is the reason for that?
I mean, it just at the end of the day, as far as with the Chargers, they've been somewhat riddled with injuries. Nothing too crazy, but the fact that we haven't seen guys like, you talked about it before, a couple minutes ago when you talked about Khalil Mack, for example, you know what I'm saying? Him being a Charger, we all thought that was going to be a big deal, and that's going to bring a big focus on defense there in for the Chargers. And it's just not influential right now. It's not working out for him. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's not doing what we thought. But I think that's happening because the Chiefs are so good. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in the same division. So the Chiefs are so good. They look so much better without Tyreek Hill. I mean, Tyreek, he looks like a god right now, talking about how Tua is going to do this and do that. And my goodness, he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a prophet right now. But let's not get it twisted. Tyreek, the Chiefs look better without you this year. Yeah. They really do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that has something to do with what's going on here with the Chargers. And I feel like, after what happened with Justin Herbert last year, and we all sat here and talked about how solid this guy looks and everything that he could do, and he could make every throw and this, that, and the third. This year is a little bit tougher, and obviously it's tougher for because of teams like the Chiefs. They're difficult to deal with. They're a great team. Obviously, the Raiders. We thought the Raiders were going to be better. They are just.
I see B-Guard in the chat saying it's easier for the Chiefs because of the coaching of the other teams.
It's coaching the other teams, but it's coaching. Primarily for the Chargers also. I mean, they got a lot of work to do still. You know what I mean? Yeah. They have the talent there. The talent is there for the Chargers. They just have to implement some things as far as coaching wise and everything. And just like Philly just said a second ago, you see what the Jets are doing because of coaching. You see what the Giants are doing because of coaching. You know what I'm saying? If they implement some factors with coaching with the Chargers, they're going to be a better team. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call them, they're not out of the playoff race yet. And we all know, guys can get into the playoffs and just become hot all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Definitely. It can happen. So all they got to do is get to the dance. I think at this point in the season, I think that's how we got to kind of look at the Chargers. Can they get to the dance? You know what I'm saying? Now, when they get to the dance, are they going to step on their dance partner's toes? Are they gonna ride that wave and lead the dance and get to a Super Bowl? That's gonna be the question coming up here at this point.
Definitely agree with that. Also, man, let's transition over into college football. That we have the new top four. The new top four. Ohio State's not in there. Michigan is. So you got Georgia. Mm-hmm. You got Michigan. You got USC now, and TCU. That was highly unlikely. They were actually pretty solid last year, but top four. I don't think anybody predicted this. Like possibly going to the playoffs. Like I don't think it's fair that USC has to do a play like they have to win another game to get in to secure their spot to make, because if they lose, they're definitely looking to kick them out and put maybe Ohio State or somebody else in there. But but I think it's kind of unfair that they have to play that particular game to get in. But how do you guys feel about that ideal playoff situation right there?
I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna let Philly go because I know Philly probably has a lot to say in regards to this. But I'm just gonna say this is how I feel about the whole thing with college football. I understand the top four and this, that, and the third right now with this college playoff and everything. All I'm gonna say is I simply cannot wait these next few years till we get a real playoff.
Real playoff.
And get some real teams in here that can make some noise. You understand what I'm saying? That can possibly upset any of the top echelon teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait for that.
No ducking anybody. You got to play the best to get to the
exactly. You play the best of the best, and that's it. I cannot wait for that to happen, man. I mean, it's man. I mean, the floor is yours, Philly, on the college stuff. I don't want to go too much into the college stuff, but floor is yours on it, Philly.
Well, I mean, I think you're just talking about what we've all been waiting for. We're waiting for the same thing that we see on the basketball side of things, right? We see this annual tournament, and we see people getting invited, and they get a chance to participate and compete, and win or go home. There's no reason that we shouldn't have that in college football now. So I agree with you. I can't wait until they actually expand the brackets. And then, it can be settled on the field instead of in the papers or on a podcast, you know what I'm saying, or on Twitter or whatever. But I think the biggest issue for me right now, obviously I was disappointed that Ohio State lost to Michigan. Michigan was a better team. And I do think that, Ohio State coach, Mr. Day, he got to go because there's only one team that's in the Big Ten that you got to beat. And that's Michigan. That's the only game. It's the same thing for them. It's all about beating Ohio State. And I don't know how you can have home field advantage and have a full complement of your players, and the other team doesn't, and you still take that L the way they did. It was disappointing, but that still does not mean they should not be in the top four. USC lost to Utah. They're about to play Utah again. If you respect Michigan as being as high as they are, Ohio State lost to that. So, by rights, they're 11-1. USC is 11-1. Ohio State, they should be in that fourth slot. But like I said, I'm a fan of when we get to that point where we have more than four teams that are going to be competing. And, that's really what we need right now. So, it's unfortunate, but right now I do feel like Ohio State should be 4, and I do feel like, USC should be 5. But, hey, hats off to them. USC, they turned that whole program around. We talked about that earlier. We talked about them being able to do it, and they look good. So I'm not throwing any shade on them. They deserve, what they've been able to do, and they deserve what they've got right now. But in my opinion, I do feel like Ohio State should be ahead of them since they did lose to Michigan, and Michigan is the number 2 team in the country.
Okay. Now I see Smark in the chat saying that the top dogs aren't really the top dogs anymore because the NIL deals is giving the smaller schools an opportunity to get some of the big recruits with the NIL deals that are being thrown around at these college athletes. So that's another component that you have to factor in during the recruiting process. Speaking of college football, Deion Sanders is getting a lot of notoriety being at a HBCU. They said he actually announced that he's gotten offers from bigger schools. So I don't know if that's a play to get more money from the school he's at. I don't know if that's a play to force the hand of something to keep him where he's, to keep him where he is, or is he a big fish in a small pond and he's looking for a bigger pond to play in? I just know I know he's gonna. The cold part about it is he's gonna take those kids, the ballers that he took over there. Those guys are going with him wherever he goes.
Yeah. Well, they love that man.
But you know what?
That transfer portal is going to leave them of a skeleton of a team if he was to leave in the next year or so.
But you know what? This is all about prime time. Let's be real. When he said he was interested in coaching, who really stepped up and gave him an opportunity to coach? You know what I'm saying? Everybody was kind of looking the other way. You know what I'm saying? And he got an opportunity. And, just like any other coach, took him a while to get his scheme, his style, his players in there. And now look at what they're doing. Now everybody wants you. So if he's going to use that as leverage to get more money, I don't think he's going to be doing that, to hurt the school that gave him the opportunity. No. I think he's going to be doing it because he remembers all these people that didn't give him an opportunity. You got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm bringing my boys with me because they doing what they doing, I want them to shine too. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to pay for that. So I hope that Deion gets a great opportunity. If he does leave, I hope he gets paid. I hope his players get paid. And you talked about it. That name, image, and likeness, I mean, we've never seen that before. And you think about how much that's leveling the playing fields right now. And like I said, I'm all for primetime getting everything that he can get. I'm all for the players getting everything that they can get. And I'm all for, this playing field being leveled out because it's long overdue.
I'll say this too. I just want to reiterate what B-Gar said in the chat just now, where he just said that if Georgia Tech was smart, they would throw the bag at Deion. Man, I agree 100,000% on that one. If they were smart, throw the bag at him because just like you just said, B. James, everybody's gonna go with him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to go with him.
Everybody's going to go with him.
You're going to get the top echelon players coming with Deion. So why not throw the bag at the man? Make that man the highest paid coach of all time. I am down 100,000% for it. Make it happen, man.
And my thing, what I like about what Deion is doing is that he's doing it as a father. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He took his sons from high school.
Yes,
he got a college job, brought them in, play for him as a college coach in a SWAC. I'm not saying the SWAC is not the best competition, but it's a development. It's a great development phase for a young quarterback before he gets to those bigger schools. So if he was to take go to a bigger school, he's taking Shedeur with him. Shedeur has had the toolage to play against some top tier talent.
Yep.
But to prepare himself to basically develop him as a quarterback, he's not making the same mistakes that he was making last, like in high school and things like that. He's a better, more effective quarterback now. So I think it's gonna be a big deal, man. I think it's gonna be a big deal if he goes, and I'm eager to see what happens and how that impacts Shedeur.
Agreed.
Because Shedeur, if like I said, if he was putting up those numbers at a bigger school, he would probably be the Heisman favorite, the number he's putting up in the SWAC right now. So he's breaking all kind of school records. He's putting up all kind of crazy numbers. So it'll be crazy. But I was looking forward to talk about. Looking forward to playing with Jackson State in NCAA next year.
Mm-hmm.
But
what a segue.
You sound disappointed. Why y'all sound disappointed? For real.
The game was pushed back.
Yeah. So do we not spend time on this show talking about how they need to take their time? They need to roll their sleeves up. They need to get it right. They need to get it right. If they pushed it back, it ain't right.
You want to know why?
Please.
They realized there was a 32-man glitch in NCAA, and they couldn't figure out why. And they had to push it back a year to figure out. I'm not going to say that was why. But what I will say is – my thing is I don't have an issue with them pushing the game back. My issue with them is actually it's all the advertising, all the speculation that they put out there into the public to get us all riled up and hyped up about the game, and then all of a sudden you have to push it back. Like, that's a big letdown for the community. A lot of people that were excited about it aren't going to be excited about it anymore.
Nah, that ain't true. That ain't true. Look. We've gone through a pandemic. Movies, TV shows, game, all kind of stuff got pushed back. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? You could have told me, B. James, that we had time before the show to make a quick run and grab Chick-fil-A.
They delivered this to me, brother.
You know what? See, that's just not right. It's just not right. But like I said, you guys are complaining about something that, look, you're gonna be excited when the game comes out. You're gonna be excited if they actually get it right. And it's not like, all these other things haven't been pushed back, like I said, from movies to music to TV shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. And as long as they get it right, I think that's the most important thing. If it's an enjoyable experience. And yeah, it's worth waiting for if that's the case.
Definitely worth the wait. Hopefully. But
Hopefully.
I just know a lot of people were excited. A lot of people around the country is heartbroken right now, but I think it'll be here just in time for the change in the playoffs that they're gonna make that we all just got done talking about. And that'll be something that's great for the game as well. You know what I mean? Like, you got more teams to play in those big games and, take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves. So, but yeah, I'm definitely disappointed in them not releasing it next year, but I understand. And if we all want the best game, I think if it's necessary, go ahead and do it.
You know what? That's the scary thing, though. Before we move on, that's kind of like the scary thing is we all want what's best for the game, but due to the track record right now, is that really going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Is that really going to happen? Where are we going to actually get the best game? Or is it going to come out and we're going to see glitches again? Or we're going to see, this, that, and the third? I mean, mind you, again, we've talked about it here in this podcast before that NCAA 14, arguably the best football game ever created. You know what I'm saying? Incredible game. You know what I mean? And I hope and it has and obviously this game, it's I feel it's pushed back because it has a high standard because of the last game that came out with NCAA 14. It's a high standard. Like, you gotta be with these next gen consoles, you gotta beat this game. You know what I'm saying? And I think the number one thing that they can do, because even this year, and I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the final year that they're releasing Madden, for example, on on previous gen. You know what I mean? I think this is the last year. But if it's not, NCAA better be on next gen consoles only. They better not try to implement, current gen, because you just keep it. You're keeping everybody back. You're setting everybody backwards. By doing something like that. In my opinion, you're setting everybody backwards if you do that.
Those people working on that console could be used to help aid the people working on the next gen console.
Yes.
So
yes,
I think that's I get it. I get it that everybody's not fortunate enough to have a console, but they're becoming more accessible now. A lot of stores are giving,
and they're not cheap. I mean, they're not. Well, the PlayStation is expensive. The Series X is expensive, but the Series S is not expensive. Matter of fact, you can get it right now for $250.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's the value. They're dropping the price on it significantly. So it's like you can get these consoles for the low, and the Series S is very accessible.
I will say this though, and let me put this out there to everybody that doesn't follow the retail aspect of things and what goes on between Sony and between Microsoft. Okay, keep in mind, everybody, for everybody that's listening, if you don't have a console yet, get one soon. The reason why I'm telling you guys this, okay, they're gonna raise the price on the consoles next year. Yeah. They're going to raise the prices on the PS5 and the Xbox Series S. And I don't know about the S, but I know the X is going up in price. Okay. And when I say going up, I mean at least about $50. They've already in Europe already. It's done. It's done out there. PlayStation right now, just a base unit with the disc is $549.99 now US dollars. Base product. Okay. It's already happened. So you guys that don't have a console yet, while you're out here, grab a console now when you have a shot to get it at that $499 price point, if that's what you're trying to get. But if you don't, even with the new, especially when they always release the new refreshes of consoles, whether it be a Slim or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I promise you, those are going to be up at least $50, at least. FYI.
Yeah, and I see Smart saying that they have them now at Staples. So that's if you guys are Staples shoppers, go ahead and check out Staples and see if you can access one through them if you don't have one. So But yeah, definitely want to get a hold of one of those consoles if you don't have one. So for sure, look into it.
Now, I do have to ask y'all though, because you're talking about how NCAA should only be on next gen, but knowing that EA is about that money grab, I definitely don't think that's going to happen. And then when we talk about the delays, I mean, I wonder if the name, image, and likeness has some influence with that. And we got Mutt. Maybe they're gonna be trying to develop Cut. College Ultimate Team. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, look.
There definitely will be an Ultimate Team element there.
Yeah.
And that's what I
guys, yeah.
That's what I think would be huge. Like I think honestly believe that College Ultimate Team could possibly be bigger than Madden Ultimate Team.
Oh, without a doubt.
In a sense. Like if
imagine getting like a Deion Sanders in college, or what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about like even a Tommy Frazier. You know what I mean? Like this guy you don't even hear about anymore. That balled out. That balled out. A Charlie Ward card. You know what I mean?
Charlie Ward.
Oh, definitely rocking with Charlie.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just something. That's just something that something nobody even a Lindell White card. You know what I mean? Like just a player that was a dog in college, but when he got to the NFL, he wasn't. He may not have went to the right team, may not have landed in the right scheme, and his career didn't go the way it was supposed to go.
Yeah, Vince Young, Jamarcus Russell.
You know, a lot of those guys. Those guys were some of the highest rated guys in college football during the year that they were on the game. So, I would love to see some of these guys.
Ryan Leaf
too. I would love to see some of these guys get out there and become, relive their college days or be able to relive the college days or careers with some of those guys in a little College Ultimate Team.
He got one out there, Peter Warwick.
Peter Warwick was a hey.
You know what? Stop reading my notes, B-Guard, because I didn't say it. I was going to say Peter Warwick.
Peter Warwick was that dude at Florida State, bro. And it was till we got to the NFL we realized he was Wes Welker without the routes. He was a slow guy. Like he was a 4.7, 4.8 guy. He was just shifty. We didn't realize that until he got to the NFL. Like, oh, okay, he's not fast at all. But in college, definitely he was a shifty dude. In Madden today, if he would have went to the NFL, he would have been an 84 speed guy, 85 speed guy at receiver, and nobody would have used him. He would have been maybe as fast as Jarvis Landry if we being generous, But Charles Rogers, a lot of different guys, man. A lot of different guys. So, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I was looking forward to playing that and actually playing with some of the current players as well. So we'll see how that all pans out, man. I'm like I said, I'm deeply disappointed, but we got to segue into our who's hot, who's not in our leagues, man. We've advanced a couple of weeks. We've had 3 advances since we last spoke about the guys in the league, and we get to see who's been balling and who hasn't been balling. We started with the Xbox side last week. We'll start with the PS5 side this week. So let's get into that. Snipes, how you?
Yeah, let me first off make sure that I got everything updated. I think I did this morning, but I know some other games might have been played. So let me make sure I got everything updated and get everything in order here. But go ahead and ask my question. You was gonna ask me about the P5. Go right on ahead.
No, I just wanted to talk about, like, you had an opportunity to you're in the PS5 league, and you had an opportunity to play some of the top guys in the PS5 league. Who's been a guy that you've been watching?
I mean, there's a lot of guys. You know what? The great thing right now about about the P5 league is the fact that there's so many different guys now that are the same guys that were upper echelon for season 1. I think we talked about this before. Now in season 2, they have a little less oomph to them. You know what I'm saying? They got a little less oomph to them right now. But I think right now, still, on the AFC side, you still got, the Broncos sitting at the one spot. That's a team. The Broncos and the Colts, those are actually the two teams that I've been looking at the most and what they've been doing. And both of them undefeated right now. You know what I mean? So those are the two guys right now I've been looking at. And one guy that I have to play twice a year. Okay, I got to play this guy twice a year. Cal Bear offense looks damn near unstoppable right now. You know what I'm saying? I've watched him play a couple games and everything. And don't get me wrong, when the playoff time comes around, I think that's a guy that there's going to be a lot of guys going to be able to compete with him, no doubt. But let me tell you something. Cal Bear and those Dolphins right now, they're 8-0. I think they might have the best record in the league right now. I know there's a couple undefeated teams, but I think he's got the most wins right now from those undefeated teams at 8-0 right now. So
definitely,
Cal Bear's a guy that his offense is top notch, man. And the last time I played him, this was his focus. Okay, this is his focus. Just gonna trip you out here real quick. This is his focus here. He just said real simple, I'm trying not to throw 10 interceptions this year. He doesn't want to throw any more than 10 interceptions. Now, I'm not sure how many he has right now. Let me take a quick look. I'm going to take a quick look and see.
I think he has 10.
He's got 10. He's got no. Actually, wait a minute. No. He has 6.
Okay.
He has 6. You crazy. He has 6 right now. So he's got 46 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So talking about somebody's taking care of the football right now.
46 touchdowns.
46 touchdowns and 6 interceptions right now.
Snipe said he does play him 2 times.
Wait. You were calling for that one. You said majority of those 46 touchdowns.
I'm not saying it. I'm just raising the question. I am putting it out there.
Ain't no way we in week 8 and he got 46 touchdowns, bro. It ain't no way.
Bro, right now, unless Neon is doing us dirty, which they typically don't.
Oh my God. He has 46 touchdowns right now.
He's a top. He averages 49 points a game. He averages 49 points a game right now.
Who has he been playing against? You played him twice, right, Snipe?
I played him once already. I played him once.
Whoa.
I played him once.
He played you the second time yet.
He hasn't played me the second time yet. Yo, don't do that to me, bro. Don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me. Oh my gosh. Man.
He might set a Madden Underground record with probably 200 touchdowns.
He's doing it right now, man. Week 8, and he's got 46 touchdowns, man. I guess we setting it out there to everybody that got to play against him. He gonna sling the rock on you. He's slinging the ball on you.
Yeah.
Running game is
it's not priority.
No, it's poop because he's got 258 yards with Josh Jacobs. He's gonna sling the ball on you. It's as simple as that. He's trying to get 100. He's trying to get 100 touchdowns, guaranteed. He's trying to get 100 touchdowns. We're in the halfway point of the season, and that man is putting up numbers the way he's putting up right now. So his offense looks crazy. Right now. So obviously that's the AFC.
But the thing about it though is, like I said, a lot of people get into a game with Cal Bear and not know what the hell they're walking into. And let's give them a glimpse of what they're walking into. I think that's a highly necessary thing that needs to be done right now. First off, all right. So you got Levante David, you got Tua, you got Tyreek Hill, you got Chris Barnes, he has a superstar right tackle and a superstar left tackle. He has Jalen Waddle, Jordan Davis, Xavier Howard. He has all young talented players that are dogs that
and
can
either
ball out.
X factors or superstars.
Are superstars. You know, so they're balling out right now. They're balling out. And like last season, he balled out. He has a 99 speed receiver and a 98 speed receiver. These are things that you have to account for when you get on the field with this guy. And these guys are coming on both sides of the ball. You know, on offense and defense, they're bringing it. You know, Jordan Davis is a big young player. You know, 6'6", 336 pounds in the middle, playing the D tackle position, and he's an elite talent. You know, he's 336 pounds with 80 speed at the D tackle position, meaning that you can utilize him inside or outside because of the speed that he has off the edge. So that's definitely something that you have to account for. You got a Chris Barnes, you got, like I said, Levante David, who I love Levante David in Madden this year, and a couple of other great players, man. So like I said, these are just the guys that are the guys with abilities. This is not the highest rated players on his team. So if you go highest rated players, then that brings up a totally different. You see other names like Antoine Winfield from the Buccaneers, Josh Jacobs from the Raiders. You know,
he ain't even using him.
you know, so it's he has a extremely highly talented team, man. So if you're not aware of what you're walking into, Cal Bear will definitely destroy you.
Yeah. And let me say real quick too, because you got the who's hot, who's not right now.
Yeah.
The two guys that I'm looking at in the PS5 league that are not as hot as they was in season 1 are going to be your Texans and the Cowboys. Okay. Those two guys, they're not as hot in season 2 as they were in season 1. Again, these are guys that are probably going to make the playoffs anyway. I mean, the Texans right now, they're sitting at the 7th seed right now.
Yeah.
If the playoffs start today, Cowboys are out of the playoffs right now. They're number 8 right now. So
yeah,
they'll be out of the playoffs. So those two guys right there, those guys, I'm looking to see what's going to happen in the second half of the season. I know that Fetty, he's playing in the Xbox league as well now too. So now he's got 2 different leagues. So he's facing against 2 different guys. I don't know exactly what's going on in regards to that.
Yeah.
But I know when he was only on P5, he was top echelon, cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? But now he's on Xbox. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know,
man. But
well, I mean, look. I am not trying to defend Fetty, okay? Because it's very challenging to play both sides. But I will say this. He's the only person that can explain what's going on. And you got to respect that because he just got a forced win against the Bills. They didn't even want to play him. You know what I mean? So it's hard for him to get his reps in if he's getting forced win against people in PS5. I'm just saying, you know, he got to lock in on the Xbox side. Maybe if the Buffalo Bills and the PS5 would have played him, he could have sharpened his tools a little bit. Got back in the swing of things.
Well, you know what? You know, I'm not gonna.
Hey, I don't know why.
I don't even know why he did that because I'm not gonna discuss my situation on why that didn't go down. But I did try to contact, but nonetheless, I missed my appointment for it for a serious reason.
But my sources said he was willing to reschedule, and in fact, I distinctly remember Brian James saying, "Hey, man. If you want to miss the show and go ahead and play Fetty, we'll understand." And you said, "Nah, man. Now the people got to hear what I have to say today."
Philly, how you gonna get here on this podcast and lie like that? Really,
Hey,
bro?
man.
You really gonna do that?
Hey, Philly just turned you into a mighty duck. You know what I'm saying? I see the duck. I see the
shout out to
quack,
Disney Plus again.
Quack.
Wow.
Quack.
Wow, bro. Wow.
No, but also I definitely want to shout out a lot of other guys that have turned things around and from season 1 going into season 2. Just beat down 6-1. You see him on top of the NFC right now. He turned things around. Who that definitely turned things around. You got Big Show dominating that AFC West right now. And then look who we have here. Smart is in the thick of things, man. 6-2 right now. So
At them
we'll see how.
Giants, baby. I love it.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I know that him and Big Show are supposed to be playing sometime tonight. But we'll see who comes out on top of that game. That's gonna be a big game too. But he's definitely doing this thing right now. So hey, I like it. I like it. I like to see it.
Yeah.
On the AFC side, you got a couple usual suspects, but you have a guy who wasn't in the thick of things last year, and that is Jay Savvy. Jay Savvy is balling right now, 7-0. I called him out. Told him he was overrated. I didn't believe him. I wasn't a believer yet last week, and he beat the crap out of me. So definitely shout out to Jay Savvy. He's actually doing wonderful things with those Broncos. I don't know what it is what it is with the Broncos. I always have trouble playing those guys. Maybe it's Russell Wilson and whatever he does before the game. And then you also have.
Real quick, go ahead. Real quick, my bad. And just to put something out there for Smart did beat the Rams today, 25-9, bro.
So we got to update that
today. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. So that makes
26-9. Yeah.
Okay, so that puts him at 7-2 now. So that
put him up there. Yeah.
He's probably gonna be the 3 seed now. So that's actually pretty amazing.
Yep.
Pretty amazing. So all right, shout out to Smart whooping on him, and that's impressive. That's impressive. And you also got to shout out the champion assassin, still 5-2, still in the thick of things. Yeah. King Karan. Balling right now, 6-2 right now. He was like you alluded to last week. He was a guy that when he first came in didn't know what this was about. He was calling things cheese and this and that and the third. It's what you expect from a guy that's strictly a franchise guy when you put him in a league with a couple MUT guys and different guys that play in tournaments and competitively. That's what you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear first, But he's adapted. He's killing in all his other leagues. That's what he let me know. Like, yo, this experience has made me better in all my other leagues. That's what he told me personally. He said, so he said, I'm glad I stuck around. I'm glad I stuck it out because I'm able to compete at a higher level in my other leagues because of playing here and the things that I see here. So, so shout out to him, man. And then Shady Sticks, man, 6-0. It don't seem like he gonna lose anytime soon. So shout out to that guy. He's been balling out. He has a tough run game. His run game is I thought I had a good run game until I played him, and his run game is ridiculous. Ridiculous. As you can see, he's one of the rushing leaders right now. He's him and Saquon Barkley, are almost at 1,000 yards, if not already crossed it. I don't know why this hasn't refreshed yet. Has it refreshed? Let me see.
Yeah, it is refreshed though too. I did fix it. You may want to make sure you try to refresh it real quick.
Okay, I just did. Okay, so I just refreshed it. They aren't over 1,000 yards yet, but he's almost there. He's like a couple hundred yards away from it, and he's gonna be there. You see Cordero Patterson with the Falcons running the ball, having great success over there. See my guy Derrick Henry. He's not having the best year yet because but he's getting it going. He's getting it going now. We figured out some things, getting it going over there. But it's definitely, like I said, me playing in the PS5 league, I will say, has made me a better player for the Xbox league. I'm not gonna say.
Is that our segue?
Yes, that's how we're gonna segue into that.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna segue over into the Xbox league now, and see what's going on over there. We got a lot of things going on over there. So we're gonna talk about some of those things and things that people need to know moving forward. But here we go. All right, we got a lot of guys that are balling out right now. Diggs is still that number one guy with the Buffalo Bills. We got BKP, 9-1, impressive. We got Honcho, 8-2 over there in the NFC, impressive. We got that guy Space over there, 8-2, and Space has one of the most ridiculous offenses in the league right now. He put the league on notice with that ridiculous Kyler. He acquired Kyler Murray, and it probably was the best thing he could have ever done.
Oh yeah, top-ranked offense.
Top-ranked offense. It's ridiculous the skill level that he's the skills that he's displayed thus far, man. And it's amazing. A lot of people like you think, okay, we thought that Space was gonna have a good season. He made the playoffs last year after getting off to a slow start, was able to backdoor into the playoffs. But this year, he's a lock. Like he's looking like a lock for the playoffs. It's like he's dominating. He's definitely dominating the NFC. I don't think he's lost to anyone in the NFC yet. But
yeah, there's a big but right there because I believe he's having an online special. If I remember correctly, I read he's allowing his opponents to pick the abilities of his superstars and X factors. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. But I think that maybe he might have gone a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? Let sleeping dogs lie. He was doing fine. He was laying in the cut. Very very similar to to the Falcons. They've been laying in the cut, doing big things. The Cowboys laying in the cut, doing big things.
The Falcons,
Patriots, the Seahawks laying in the cut, doing big things. And then, of course, because that's how we segue, let's talk about those Tennessee Titans. Let's talk about those Tennessee Titans. What exactly are they doing in the AFC? I'll tell you what they're doing in the AFC. Okay, they're creating controversy. How are they creating controversy? Let me tell you. Not only in season 1 were they the only team to beat Diggs and the Buffalo Bills.
Nobody remembers that though.
But this year, they also beat those Cincinnati Bengals via dimes. Okay, beat them in their house, and they went for 2 and won the game. And
let me tell you why I went for 2 in that game.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you why I went for 2.
Okay, let's go. Directors.
All right, it's certain things. I felt the divine intervention that Dimes normally has. What I mean?
So God told you to go for it.
I don't know. I don't know if it was God. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was fear. It may have been a little bit of both. It may have been God saying, "Do this out of fear." Yeah, fear but God. I didn't want to go into overtime with this dude. He came out. Dimes is Dimes. Dimes is gonna do what he does. And he actually, as you can see above here, the following week he gave it to somebody very bad, very very badly. I think he scored 77 points on somebody.
He got the Bengals, right?
Yeah, it was 70. He scored 77 points this week.
That was your good friend struggling that you just threw under the bus.
Well, I didn't say his name. You know what I mean? But I'm saying he scored 77 points this week. My thing was, I didn't want that to be me. You know what I mean? I saw what he was doing to a lot of other guys, and what I did was I ran the ball and chewed the clock. so hopefully we got a few early stops early in the game. He came back, took the lead. We scored. We scored on the last play, literally the last play of the game.
Right.
And was able to do something with it. But when we got that score, instead of going for the tie, no time left. It was time to go home, pack it up, let's go. We won, but we needed that win. It was extremely necessary.
Yeah. So I just have 2 questions about that. Number 1, for those out there that were unable to view the game, will it be available on the Madden Underground website? Are you able to rebroadcast that? That's the first question. And then the second question is, and this is for some of our newer viewers who don't really know what I'm about to say, but those of you that have been around a minute, you know what I'm talking about. We talked about Dion, we talked about prime time, so I'm going to ask you, B. James, is DBU back? And for those of you that don't know, DBU is what we used to call the Tennessee Titans when Brian James was coaching them on current gen system. DBU. That's what we used to call them. So is DBU back, and can we see the game on the Madden Underground website of the Titans and the Bengals?
Yeah, I think I can. I think I have it stored on my computer. On my OBS. But I'll upload it for people to watch that missed that particular game. But is DBU back? It looks like it right now. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people. It's been a lot of controversy. A lot of controversy. People saying, "Oh, this, that, and this, third." And it's fun. It's all fun until the rabbit got the gun. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun until the rabbit got the gun, and then when rabbit got the gun, it got to be something funny going on. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for years. Ain't never nothing funny going on. Never haven't done anything funny since we've been doing this. Have no real need to do so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's all fun. It's all fun until the rabbit got the gun. And I'm not saying that I'm going to go to the Super Bowl or anything like that. I doubt it. I got the hell schedule I got coming up. I'll be lucky to make the playoffs. So I haven't even played the toughest part of my schedule. Haven't played Taylor May yet, who's actually he's been hot lately. I'm glad B-Guard beat him. Shout out to B-Guard for beating him. Really needed that, bro. Appreciated it. But it's a lot of dogs. I got Woody next. Woody's hot right now. I played BKP. BKP gave me a lesson that needed to be learned, and it's that don't click on to pick up a fumble. It's all my losses have been valid losses, and I couldn't say anything about my opponent like, oh, you got lucky. No, I learned something from that. Do not click on to pick up a fumble. Let your defense do the diving. Let the computer take over, and don't do that. From that lesson, I played C-Jack the following week and was able to get a strip, fumble, recovered it, and things like that. But that's neither here nor there. We learned some lessons. But I do want to talk about a lot of the guys and a lot of the things that the guys that are winning are doing differently. I see Burko. Burko's dog. Burko's balling with minimal talent. Like he didn't participate in free agency. He didn't participate in the draft. As usual. As usual. He's gonna complain all year, but then when those things come around, he's not gonna be nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found.
to make the team better. So
it's a tradition.
It's a tradition. But nonetheless, he always balls out. He's 7-4 right now. He's doing this thing right now. You got BKP. BKP looks immaculate on the offensive side of the ball, and he's putting together a lot of solid defense. So you gotta give kudos to BKP. C-Jack is 9-2 right now. And that's there. Think about it. C-Jack, Diggs, Burko. This is all in the same division. This division would be lead if Philly wasn't in it. You know what I mean? So it would be a division of perfection if Philly guy was not in that division. But he's there. And his one win contributes to how dominant this division is and the success that these teams are having with 9, 9, and 7. That one contributes to that, and that it makes it. I think it might make it almost an even number. But
hey, we're very much like DBU. We figured some things out. We're turning some things around. We got a big game against the Bills. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Heard we finally advanced. Can't wait to get that game scheduled. And that's what it's about, man. We talked about this before the season started. We talked about free agency. We talked about the draft. We talked about, who was going to rise to the top. And you've talked about it. We've talked about the teams, the Falcons, rising to the top. BKP rising to the top. Seattle rising to the top. Burko rising to the top. Space rising to the top. And, that's a good thing. That's a good thing for the league.
Wait. But nobody's talking about Rover. Rover is balling right now. I just now realized that the man is 7-3 in the NFC with the Seahawks. Nobody's talking about this guy.
Did we not just say the Seahawks? We just said the Seahawks.
No, but what I'm saying is he pops into the chat and puts his little eye emojis in there. And that's all he does. He doesn't. He'll say something. Not to say something. He'll say, you know what, and then drop some eye emojis like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, I like what this guy's saying. But nobody knows. He has like a mystique to him about him, man. But Rover is balling right now. He's 7-3. He's doing his thing. And if the playoffs were to start today, he's in there. You know what I mean? He's in there. He's the 5th seed. We got to talk about Thomas Graham. Thomas Graham is 5-5 right now. He's in the thick of things right now. So we got to talk about B-Guard. B-Guard's in the thick of things in a division that it could go either way. It could be any one of those guys. Jelly's back in the mix. He took a team that started off with 3 losses, three or 4 losses, and he turned those guys around, and they're 5-5 right now. He's in the thick of things. He could possibly make the playoffs with the Saints. Zilla, Illuminati, not having the season that they're having, the best season that they could have had, but they're still in the hunt. So these are guys that you have to definitely keep an eye on, because now a lot of guys are going to hit the tough part of their schedule. Inglewood. Inglewood's lost every game and literally damn near on the last play of the game. Like every single game has nearly been on the last play of the game. So you definitely got to count Inglewood too as one of those guys that you want to make sure you keep account of, man. So these are guys you want to look out. These are the guys who are hot. Some of the guys who are not. Some of the guys who are not that we thought were going to be hot this year. Let's see. Not the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are definitely not hot. They're in the slammer right now. They're 0-10. They've had 2 coaches, so the new coach is trying to figure it out. We had the Panthers last year that went from being in the championship game to being out of just completely out the picture to 2-8.
But this is a new owner, correct?
No, it's definitely a new owner, but it's still the organization. We're talking about the organization as a whole.
Well, I mean, that's not fair. I mean, when you talk about teams, that have done a complete reversal, I mean, there's really basically 2 teams you can talk about, and that's the Chiefs and the Colts. They were doing a lot of damage in the first season.
Yeah.
And right now, they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to make their way back.
Yeah.
And you talked about it. You talked about, how the schedule is going to be shifting. We've talked about patches, that impact the game. So, right now, a lot of teams, they still got some work to do. But shout out to all the guys that turn the season around in season 2 and doing big things because it's good for the league, man.
And another thing too, we're gonna be doing a Man Underground special on development, regression, and progression.
Now, why would we do that?
We would do that because guys seem to not understand why certain things are happening. And I want them to have clarity, not as if we haven't gone over this before. But people seem to still not be able to comprehend. I get it. I get people want things to go the way that they want them to go.
Right.
The reality of it is this is how it happens. You know what I mean? You can say, oh, I would like for this to happen, and this should happen, and that should happen. But if that's not possible to happen in the ecosystem of or the infrastructure of what it is that we're doing here, then you need to figure out the proper way of making things happen the way they happen. I had a few guys jump into a Discord chat with me yesterday, and they were brought up to speed on certain things that they didn't even know about. We watched the playoff game during the playoffs, and we lost Jay Hall. Jay Hall literally had 365 staff points.
Yeah.
He didn't use any of them. You know what I mean?
No,
so so with that being said, I just want to let him know. But shout out to Lando. We got Lando in the building. He's definitely trying to make the playoffs. I see him out here doing his thing with the Seahawks and Rove, whatever you're doing, man. You're doing your thing, bro. Kudos to you, man. I'm actually impressed. I thought you were just the guy that puts eye emojis in the chat, but you're clearly a top-notch baller, and I have to salute you for that.
Well, yeah, but the eyes just mean he sees everything.
He sees it.
He sees it all. He sees it all.
So definitely kudos to him. But
no, hey, you know what? That would actually be a really good segment because I'm gonna give my testimonial right now. We had this conversation. I said, "Hey, B. James,"
he said from almost getting kicked to almost making the playoffs.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what the eyes represent. The all-seeing eyes. But look, I came to you. I said, "Hey, B. James, look, man. Hey, look, I don't like to pass. I like to run the football. And what can I do to get one of my superstars? One of my receivers to superstar?" You say, "Hey, look, man, you got to focus on making the right calls." I was like, "What you mean? You mean like play calls?" He was like, "No, man, the right calls off the field and the right calls on the field." And you took me to the side, and I got a superstar.
And you got
Elijah
superstar.
Moore. I got me a superstar.
And you got a superstar. So,
and I don't even like throwing the rock like that.
But the thing is, Philly, I have literally told these guys since day one how to get superstar. Everybody's like, "Oh, what's the big mystery? How are your players developing? Bro, I literally told you guys, you have to do your game prep. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to make sure your morale is above 50. You know what I'm saying? You have to hit your end game goals. These are all little things that you need to take into account. If you literally, I watched Silverback yesterday play his game, and he was literally pausing the game, going to check the goals that he had to accomplish to get X factor on receiver Williams yesterday, and he achieved that because he constantly checked it yesterday. So that's the thing. That was literally after getting in a Discord chat with me and me explaining to him how to make it happen. He did it. He made sure he locked in. He was going back and forth, pausing the game, checking, and making sure it happened. And he did it. And he accomplished getting X factor on his receiver. So that's
Can
the
you guys
thing,
hear me?
huh?
You guys can hear me all right, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear you. We can hear you. We can
Okay,
hear
I
you.
was making sure. Okay, go ahead. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. So that's the thing, man. So we're gonna do a special. We're gonna do a Madden Underground special for you franchise heads or franchise guys. This year is one of the first years that if you have a mutt mentality, you're gonna get your ass whooped in franchise. Unless we just totally do a lot of different things. But no, if you have a mutt mentality, you're gonna get your ass because it's not mutt. There's no AP. There's no this. You can't pick this ability because you want that ability. It's not how it works. You have to develop your players and you have to actually develop the archetypes, certain archetypes to get certain abilities. And there's guys that think this, if I'm 85 overall, then I should have this. No, it's an archetype. Your player there are 3 archetypes or 4 archetypes for different positions. And you have to develop those archetypes to get certain abilities. And there's guys that don't even know that because they're used to playing mutt. And I get it. This, you guys are partially been disenfranchised by the mutt ecosystem, and I completely understand that. And we're gonna bring you guys up to speed. There's gonna be no Madden player left behind. You know.
And you know what? And that I love it. That's a great slogan, man. Because yes, in mutt you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
In franchise. In franchise, you actually have to earn these things. So what I'm saying is, I'm going to show you guys the way to earn these things. Although all this stuff that I'm saying is public knowledge, you can actually Google some of these things, YouTube some of these things, and all these things, and you get some of the answers. Some of the guys that are flourishing, they've already done so, and you see them having the success that they're having. But the other guys that just, you hop on, play a game, and then you go back to mutt, you may want to tune into this episode next week on Madden Underground Podcast. And we'll be back here at 5 p.m. Pacific. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to inbox me, or you can hit up other people and allude to other things.
Well, but I'm not telling nobody, but I do want to say this before you close us out. I do want to give a shout out to everybody that's grinding. I know this is day 2 of the ladders. Had a chance to watch Assassin play some games.
Definitely.
And I know everybody's out there working hard. So yeah, just keep grinding, fellas. You know what I mean? Like, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Why can't it be you?
Good luck to all y'all out there.
Got to do your thing. Keep doing your thing.
Definitely. Shout out to everybody. I know Buns B is out there doing work right now. So shout out to Buns. Shout out to all the other guys that are participating in the ladders. If you took a forced loss because you were competing in the ladders, that will not account. That will not count towards your loss count. Your forced win or your simulation count. We have a 3 limit sim thing within the league that if you go over that, then kind of like, we kind of got to replace you because you're giving up free wins. But if you're competing in the MCS event, then it's totally excusable. We completely understand that. That's definitely life-changing money that they're giving out there. And if you have an opportunity to win it, by all means, try to get it. Yeah. So with that being said, we'll be back next week. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you guys have any questions, like I said, feel free to inbox me, hit us up on Twitter, UG Madden, and or visit MaddenUnderground.com, man. It's definitely something we got a lot of opens. We got a lot of openings, and we're gonna have even more openings. Gonna be kicking a lot of people out of PS5. So if you guys are interested in playing on the PS5 side, definitely hit up the website, MaddenUnderground.com, sign up, and we'll contact you this weekend about getting you a team in the PS5 Pro League. So with that being said, we'll see you guys next week. And we are out of here.